Now, in this lecture, we are going to see the example based on the method or algorithm which is processing of n jobs through two machines. So, in this example, let's see there are 7 jobs we have given, each of which has to go through the machine A and B. In order, A and B processing time in hour is given as. So, these are 7 jobs. So time for machine A, and this is time for machine B. So determine the sequence of this job that will minimize the total elapsed time t. Also find t and ideal time for the machine A and B. So we'll find first its sequence and find out its elapsed time t. See the solution. So this is the problem. So let's see the solution. So this is our chart we have given. So there are total 7 jobs and through two machines. So this is machine M1 and machine M2. So and this is time in hours. Okay. So in given chart, so these are among these 7 jobs. What is the total minimum hours? So here 1 is the minimum hour which is through second machine. So here the machine smallest value is, so in this chart smallest value is 1. So smallest value is 1 hour for job on machine B. Thus we schedule on machine A as below. So here we schedule, so this value is for 6th machine. We schedule 6th job as last because here this is for second machine. If this is for first machine, then we place this as first. So we'll prepare the chart. So here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So here minimum value is for what? Second machine. Therefore we place 6th job as a last. So remove this column. So remaining table is as follows. So here we have deleted 6th column, right? So this is the remaining table. Now in this table, let's see which one is the minimum value. So here 3 8, next one is 3. So there are two same values which is 3 and 3 which is minimum. So there are two equal minimum values. Processing time of 3 hours for job 1. So this is for job 1 on machine 1 and this value is for job 2 which is on machine 7. So in this situation, so there is tie. So we'll place, so this is for machine M1. So we place job 1 first and so this is for machine M2. So we place job 7 last, that is before value before job 7. Okay. So there are two equal minimum values. Processing time of 3 hours for all job for job 1 on machine A and processing time of 3 hours for job 7 on machine B. Okay. Therefore, according to Johnson's rule, job 1 is scheduled first. Because why? So job 1 is scheduled first because this is on machine M1. Okay. So this we place here 1 and we place job 7 last, that is before 6. Okay. So place this as, here we place job 1 here and we place job 7 here. So delete 7th job and first job. Okay. Now the remaining table is as below. So here we get 2 3 4 and 5. Okay. Through two machines M1 M2. Now in this table, so which value is minimum? Now again there are two equal minimum values which is 6 and 6. So minimum values, processing time is of 6 hours, right? Here two minimum values which is of 6 hours. Now therefore machine A as well as machine B, we choose arbitrarily to process job 4 next to job 1. So here for job 4 there are two same values. Okay. So we get here two sequences. So we place so here if we consider these 6 arbitrarily first, so suppose I have considered first job, then we write this as a first. So here is minimum and this is for 4th job, right? So we can write this 4 here or we can write here again we can write this for second job. I can write here 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So I can write here 1 and here is 7 6. So I can write here 1 or this is here placed last. So here there are two minimum values, right? So if I consider this is for machine M1, then we get this optimal chain, and if we consider this is for second machine, then we get this sequence. Okay, we place this for last, that is before 7, and here we place this fourth job which is next to job 1, that is starting. Okay, now reduce table becomes, so here we delete fourth job, so therefore reduce table becomes, so here we get 2 3 5, only 3 jobs. Now in this job, so let's see the minimum value. So what is the minimum value? So here there are 3 minimum values. So there are 3 equal minimum values. Processing time of 10 hours for, which is for job 5, job 3 and job 2. So job 5. So here let's see. So here 2 minimum values, but 10 is for job 1 and these 2 10s for which is job 2. So we place job 5 first. Okay, so here we can write this as, therefore there are 3 equal minimum values. Processing time of 10 hours for job 5 on machine A and for job 2 and 3 on machine B. According to Johnson's rule, job 5 is scheduled next to job 4. Next to job 4, or here next to job 1. Okay, in first schedule or next to job 1 in second schedule. Okay, in second schedule. So job 2 then is scheduled. So here after scheduling job 5, so we schedule job 2, which is so job 2 is for second machine, so we place it for before, so for first schedule, first sequence before 7, and in second we place it for before 2. Okay, and here then we so for job 2 then it's scheduled before to the job 7 here, and in the first schedule or before in the job 4 in the second schedule. So what we get here? So here tie among 3 values, so we place 5th job first, because here 10 is minimum, which is for machine M1. So we can write this is for job 5 is for starting. So in first schedule here, and in second schedule we get here 5. So we delete this. Okay, so we get these 2 values, these 2 tables, these 2 columns, right? Now here there is try among these. So first we choose job 2, because here type, but we choose in order. Okay, so here first this is for second machine, right? So second machine, so we place this value last, so which is before or 7. So we put here 2, and or in second schedule we put it for before 4, which is here 2, and last remaining is, we can write directly, here is 3 and here is 3. So we get 2 optimal sequences, 1 4 5 3 2 7 6, and second sequence is 1 5 3 2 4 7 6, and we find out the total elapsed time by using chart. So using this sequence or using this sequence, you get same elapsed time. Okay, so from this sequence or this sequence you get same elapsed time and same idle time for both machines M1 and M2. Now we'll solve this sequence or this sequence. Now let's solve this. So we write this in given sequence. So we write the sequence. So here 1 4 5 3 2 7 6. We solve first sequence. You can solve either this sequence or this sequence. So idle time and total elapsed time will be same for both the sequences. So here job, and this is for machine M1 and this is for machine M2. So for machine M1, so we get here first job having values 3 and 8. For machine 2 having values job 2 having value hours 12 and 10 respectively. For job 3 having hours 15 and sorry here there is mistake. So for fourth job having 6 and 6 hours. So this is 6 hour and this is 6 hour. For fifth job there are 10 and 12 hours. So here is 10 and 12 hours. Now for third job here 15 and 10 hours. For second job having 12 and 10 hours. For seventh job 9 and 3 hours, and for sixth job 11 and 1 hours. Okay, so this is our given seven jobs through 2 machines. Now we will prepare the chart. So here this is the job. So we write the sequence here 1 1 4 5 3 2 7 6. Okay, next first machine M1, machine A. For machine A, so this is time in, and this is time out. Now for machine 2, machine B, time in, and this is time out. And last, idle time for machine B. Idle time for machine B. So in starting, for machine A1, initial time is always 0. For any machine, initial time is always 0. So what is time out? So we have, so here for machine 1, for first job in machine 1, there will it arises total 3 hours. So here time out is 0 plus 3, which is equal to 3. So after completing first job, then it goes to second job. So here what is time in? So time in is 3 hour. Okay, then what is its time out? So here 3, and for machine M2 there it gets 8 hours again. So here 3 plus 8, which is equal to 11. Okay, so idle time is 0 to 3. So after 3 hours second machine started, right? So idle time means what? How much time machine B stopped? So total 3 hours. So which is 3. Now time out of first machine is the time in of second machine, right? So here this is 3 hours. So we get here 3. Now 3 plus. So for fourth job, and machine M1 having 6 hours, 3 plus 6, which is equal to 9. Okay, so here for machine so here time out of machine B is 11 hour, and here is time out of first machine is 8 hour, but it requires more time. So in this case machine A will be stopped for it processes machine second. Okay, so maximum of these two time is 11. So we get here 11. So 11 plus what is it's for fourth job. So second machine having 6 hours. So 11 plus 6, which is equal to 17. Okay, which is 17. And here total ideal time for machine B is 11 minus 11, which is equal to 0. Now here again time out of first machine is time in of second machine, which is 9. Okay, so 9 plus time here for fifth job machine M1 having 10 hours. So here 9 plus 10 is equal to 19. Okay, which is here is 19, and here it requires 19 hours. Means first job after completing by 19 hours, and second job is completing for 17 hours. So maximum between these two is 19. Okay, so 19. So 19 plus for fifth job, what we have fifth job. So for machine M2 takes 12 hours. So 19 plus 12, which is equal to 19 plus 12 which is equal to 31. Okay, so here idle time for machine is 19 minus 17 which is equal to 2 hours. Okay, now again here timeout of previous machine is time in of next machine. Okay, so 19. Now here 19 plus, so for third job, so 19 plus for first machine M1 there it occurs 15 minutes. So 19 plus 15 which is equal to 34. And here means what, for processing of through machine A1 it gets 34 hours, and for machine B it gets 31 hours. So after completing this, so in that case machine B is stopped, so maximum between these two is 34. Okay, so 34 plus for third job, and time for machine 2 which is 10. So 34 plus 10 which is equal to 44. So elapsed time is 34 minus 31 which is 3 hours. Now for here time out of third machine is time in of second job. So time out of third job is nothing but time in of second job, and here 34 plus for second job and machine M1 it gets 12 hours. So which is 34 plus 12 which is, so here 6, here we get 46. Here machine M1 requires 46 hours, machine M2 requires 44 hours. So maximum among these will be 46. Okay, and here 46 plus for second job and machine 2 requires 10 hours. So 46 plus 10 which is equal to 56. Okay, so idle time for machine B is 46 minus 44 which is 2. And for seventh job, here time out of second job is time in of seventh job which is 46. Okay, so we take it as it is. Now 46 plus for seventh job we have time to complete first job is 9, for M1 machine is 9 hours. So which is 55, and here is time after completing on second machine is 56 hours. So here maximum among these two is 56. Okay, so here is 56 plus for seventh job and on machine M2 there it requires 3 hours. So 56 plus 3 which is equal to 59. So here idle time is 56 minus 56 which is equal to 0. And for last job, sixth job, so time out of seventh job is nothing but time in of sixth job which is 55. Here 55 plus for sixth job for machine M1 requires 11 hours. So which is 66. Now here time to complete on first machine M1 is 66 and for machine M2 is 59. Maximum among these is 66. Now here 66 plus for machine M2 it requires 1 hour. So 66 plus 1 which is equal to 67. So total elapsed time is 66 minus 59 which is equal to 7 hours. So after taking addition, 7 plus 3 10 plus 2 12, 12 plus 3 15, 14 plus 3 17. So total machine B total idle time for machine B is 17 hours. There, that is how much time machine B is stopped. So total is 17 hours. Therefore thus minimum elapsed time is, total elapsed time is how much time machine is started for completing first and last job, which is how much time, so which is 67 hours. Therefore minimum elapsed time minimum elapsed time is 67 hours. And next, to find out idle time for machine A is, so what is idle time for machine A? So here 67 minus 66 which is equal to 1 hour, and this is the idle time for machine A1. Machine A. Next we have to find idle time for machine B, so which is 17. So idle time for machine B is equal to, so which is what, 3 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 7, which is equal to 17 hours. So this is the idle time for machine B. Alright. Now let's see another example. A book binder has one printing press, one binding machine, and manuscript of 7 different books. The time required for performing printing and binding operation for different books are shown below. So here for books, so total there are 7 jobs through 2 machines. So first is printing machine and second is binding machine. So printing machine, it requires, so this is the required time, and for so this is required time for given jobs, and for binding time for this 7 job is given. So decide the optimal sequence of processing a book in order to minimize the total time required to bring out all the books. Now first we have to find out its optimal sequence, and then we find out its total elapsed time of given job. Okay. So this is the given problem for through 7 jobs, passing through 7 jobs through 2 machines. Okay. So first is printing machine and second is binding machine. So it takes, this is the printing machine time and this is the binding machine time for total 7 jobs. Okay. Now first we make the sequence. Now among these we'll choose the minimum value of this. So in this given table we get, so let's choose the minimum value. So among that, so here minimum is, so 20, next minimum is, so here 15 is the minimum value. Okay. So this is for first machine. So we place job 6 first. Okay. So we get here total 7 jobs. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jobs. Okay. So here 15 is minimum value and this is for machine M1. So we place 6 job as first. So here 6. Okay. We write 6 and delete this column. Okay. So in remaining, what is the minimum value? So in remaining tables here 20, here is also 20. Okay. So 20, 20. So there is tie among 20, but this 20 is for machine M1. So we go through serial. So here after processing first job, then second, third and fourth, right? So here we'll choose this because here tie among 20 values. So we choose first job. So 6, we place job 1 first, that is next to job 6, which is first. And here is also again 20 same values. Okay. So we place job 4 next to job 1. So here 1 and 4, because here 20 is tie, but we go through serial. Okay. Serially. So we place job 1, then we place job 4. Okay. So we delete fourth and first job. So let's again check which among which one this is the minimum value. So here is a minimum value again is 50. Okay. So 50 is the minimum value. This is for machine 2 and which is for 7th job, right? So we place 7th job last because this is for machine 2. So we place 7th job last and delete this column. Okay. Again in this remaining chart, which one is minimum value? So here we see that here 60 is the minimum value and which is for second machine, right? So we place job 2 last, so which is before the value before the job 2. So we place 2 here because this is this 60 value is for second machine, 60 hour is for second machine, and therefore we place second job before 7. Okay. So we delete second column. Okay. Now in remaining these two, which one is the minimum value? So minimum value is 75 and 75 is for second machine. Okay, so we place third job last, that is before 2. So here we place this third job. So we did this. So last we directly write fifth job. So we get the sequence 6 1 4 5 3 2 and 7. Now we write this given sequence like this. So here this is the books. So 6 1 4 5 3 2 7 and its printing time is, and here is binding time. Okay, therefore for sixth job we get 15 and 35. For first job we get 20 and 25. Okay, next for fourth job 20 30. For fifth job 120 90. For third job 80 75. For second job 90 60, and for seventh job 65 50. Now to find out total elapsed time, now make a chart. So let's see the chart. So here this is job. So machine A, which is given by printing time, and machine B, which is given by binding time, and ideal time for binding time. Okay, so job. So this is the optimal sequence. So we can write here 6 1 4 5 3 2 and 7. Okay, so this is the optimal sequence 6 1 4 5 3 2 and 7. Now for any machine initial time is always 0. Okay, so here initial time 0. So what is its timeout? So for 6 job it requires for machine M1 it requires 15 hours. Okay, so we get here 0 plus 15, which is total 15 hours. So which is equal to 15. Now here time in. So timeout of first machine is 15. So which is time in of second machine. Okay, so 15. Now its timeout will be, so 15 plus, so binding machine it requires 35 hours. So 15 plus 35, which is equal to, so we get here 50. Okay, so what is the idle time for machine B? Means how much time machine B is stopped. So for 0 to 15 minutes, so it stops for 15 minutes. So idle time for machine B is 15. Now time out of sixth job is time in of first job, so which is 15. Now here 15 plus, what is the time out of first job here? So here previous time is 15 plus, for first machine M1 it requires 20 hours. So 15 plus 20, which is equal to 35. Okay, now here maximum between these two is 50, because second machine requires 50 hours and first machine requires 35 hours. Means what? Machine B requires more hours than machine A. So we take maximum between these two is 50. Now 50 plus, so first machine it requires first job for machine second it requires again 25 hours. So which is equal to 75. Therefore idle time for this is 50 minus 50, which is 0. Now again time out of first job is time in of fourth job. So here 35. Next 35 plus, for fourth job it requires for machine M1 20 hours. So which is equal to 55. So here is 55 hour and machine B requires 75 hour, which is more than machine 1. So we take 75. So 75 plus fourth job and second machine it requires 30 hours. So 75 plus 30, which is equal to 105. So here 75 minus 75, which is equal to 0. Now next again time out of fourth job is time in of fifth job, which is 55. 55 plus, for fifth job it requires 120 hours. So 55 plus 120, which is equal to, so we get here 5 7, here 175, and for first job, for second job it requires 105 hours. So maximum among these is 175, so 175 hours. Okay, so here 175 plus for fifth job and second machine it requires 90 hours, so 90, which is equal to, so here addition we get 5 6, so 265 hours. So idle time this for this is 175 minus 105, which is equal to 0 0 7. So it we get 70 hours. Now time out of fifth job is nothing but time in of third job, so which is 175. So here 175 plus for third job it requires, for machine M1 it requires 80 hours, which is equal to, so here after taking addition, so 5 255 hours, and so here for machine 2 requires 265 hours and machine 1 requires 255. Okay, so maximum among this is 265. Okay, so 265 plus for third job and machine 2 it requires 75 hours, so which is equal to 5 plus 5 10 4, so it requires 340 hours. Okay, now so what is its elapsed time? So 265 minus 265, which is equal to 0. So time out of third job is time in of first job, so 255 plus, so 255 as it is, 255 plus for second job it requires machine M1 90 hours, so 90, which is equal to 5 as it is, 4, here 2 plus 1 345 hours. So machine A requires 345 hours and machine B requires 345 or 340 hours. So among these two, what we see, maximum of this is 345, so we take 345 because machine A requires more time than machine B, so 345. Now 345 plus for second job and on machine M2 which requires 60 hours, so which is equal to 405 hours. So here after taking we get 405, so total elapsed time is 345 minus 340, which is 5 hours. So therefore last time out of first machine is time in of second machine. Okay, so we get 345, here 345 plus for seventh job we get here 65, so which is equal to 5 plus 5 10 11 40 410. So here machine 7 requires more time than previous machine. Okay, so maximum between these two is 410. So 410 plus for seventh job it requires 50 hours for second machine, so we get 410 plus 50, which is equal to 064, so 460, and total elapsed time is 410 minus 405, which is 5 hours. So after taking addition we get 95. Okay, so total elapsed time is thus minimum elapsed time is what we get, which is 460. So we have given this time, so we get 460 hours. And next we find out idle time for machine M1. Idle time for machine A is, which is equal to, so 460 minus 410, so which it requires 50 hours. So idle time for machine A is 50 hours. And next idle time for machine B is, which is equal to, after taking addition, so this is idle time for machine A. So here thus minimum elapsed time is, so total elapsed time is 460 hours, and idle time for machine A is 460 minus 410, which is 50 hours. And next idle time for machine B is, total after adding we get 95 hours. Okay, so this is the, so total elapsed time for completing the job is 460 hours. Idle time for machine A is 50 hours, and last idle time for machine B is 95 hours. Okay, we will stop here. In next lecture, we will see the next algorithm for processing n jobs through 3 machines. Thank you.